Welcome back everybody, thank you for joining me for another adventure right here on Intrepid World. Today I am going to be continuing on with the series that I started where I showcase bushwalks that you can do within 1 hour of the Perth CBD. Today I am at Yanchep National Park. It is a small national park, covers about 29 square kilometres, and it's only a 40-minute drive from the Perth CBD. There are several bushwalks that you can do here, and I'm going to kick things off with my intro, and then I'll get back here and I'll tell you what we're getting up to today. G'day mate, my name is Ollie and I absolutely love the great outdoors. I go scuba diving, hiking and camping, care for 2 rescued dingoes, and travel the world looking for new places to explore and even get to make new friends along the way. If you like this kind of content, please like and subscribe because I would absolutely love for you to join me on my adventures right here on Intrepid World. The Yanchep Trail at Perth Wildlife Sanctuary was an absolutely stunning hike. It was 13 kilometers long and it was quite hilly. So today I thought I would change things up a little bit and showcase the Wetlands Trail here at Yanchep National Park. It is a 2.7 kilometer long loop trail that travels around the outskirts of this stunning wetland that you can see behind me. Gives you an opportunity to see some unique Australian landscape and to also see some amazing bird life. So let's get stuck into it. Most of the bird watching that you'll be able to do is going to be here on the eastern side of the lake, which is the same side as the visitor centre, the cafe and the Yanchep Inn. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to head down to the lake, I'm going to capture some video footage and I'm going to show you some of the more common birds that you are likely to see while down here at Yanchep National Park. So right away, I'm not sure if you can see on the grass behind me, there are some western swamp hens. Now, this is probably one of the more colourful birds you are going to see in this park. It has these beautiful purple feathers, it has these darker feathers with a bluish kind of tinge to them, and then it also has a red beak. Just over there in the sunlight there is a shield duck. I think both of the adults are there. The male I think is the one that keeps on flying away and coming back, but the female is there protecting its babies. This bird is also known as a chestnut-breasted shield duck, and it's also commonly known as a mountain duck. It is the largest duck that we have here in Australia. Another bird that you might be fortunate enough to see while down here is this one. A lot of people would probably mistakenly refer to this as a grey heron because 90% of its feather coloration is grey. However, it has a white face, so this one is actually a white-faced heron. From my vantage point here on the eastern side of the lake, I can see there are a few birds of prey circling around out there, but they're a little bit too far away for me to make a positive identification for you all at this point in time. But I do know there are several raptors down here that you might be able to spot. You might be fortunate enough to spot birds like black-shouldered kites, whistling kites, falcons, little eagles. You could possibly even see wedge-tailed eagles out here if you are lucky. There is a large flock of Carnaby's black cockatoos resting on the ground on the far side of the lake. And there they go. Wow, look at that. That looks amazing. This little bird that you see zipping around on the grass behind me is a splendid fairy wren. Now between late April through to around September, the males will become a brilliant blue colour to attract females, but they don't stay blue all year round. They do return back to a brown, mousy brown kind of colour. G'day mate, how are you? Just looking at the black swans out there.
Oh yeah.
One thing that I absolutely love about content creation, something that I find really rewarding and fulfilling, is meeting new people and making new friends. Quite often when I'm at a location like this and I have my camera set up, it will spark the curiosity of a few people who always come over and say hello. This is completely fine, so if you ever see me out there, please come over and say hello because I would love to meet you. After taking a moment to chat with a guy named Kaz and his family, and after observing some truly unique and wonderful Australian bird life, it was time to head out on the Wetlands Trail. When you follow the Wetlands Trail, you'll be following these yellow trail markers with the bulrushes on it. And this is actually where Yanchep gets its name from. So the Noongar word for these bulrushes is Yanchep or Yanget. They actually use both words, and it was actually a food source for the local Noongar Aboriginal community that lived in this area before it was turned into a national park. Yanchep National Park is a fantastic place to come on a day trip. Over near the hotel and the visitor centre, there is plenty of place to set up and have a picnic. And then if you have young children and you want to get them into hiking, this is a great place to start because, as I said at the start of the video, it's only 2.7 kilometres long. And as you can see, it's a very well marked track. It's quite flat and there is plenty of shade as well. So this is a great place to bring kids and to get them into outdoor adventure. I've just made it to the bridge section of the Wetlands Trail. This is a pretty significant landmark because once you have reached this, effectively you are halfway around the trail. Now this has been put in place to help people negotiate this section of the wetland, and I just want to give a big shout out and a thank you to all the staff and volunteers that come down and help maintain a place like this to explore and have adventures. Thank you very much. I just want to quickly point out that a few short years ago this entire area was actually ravaged by a bushfire. Last time I came through this particular section of the park it was completely turned to ash and there was barely any foliage, but now look at it. It's incredible to see how the Australian ecosystem bounces back after fire has ripped through the area. In fact, back in 2010 I went to a university lecture at the University of Western Australia where I got to listen to a man by the name of Dr. Richard Kingsley. Now, if I remember correctly, he was the head of botany at the Botanical Gardens at Kings Park near the Perth CBD, and he came and spoke to us about a discovery he had made. So he found that there's a compound in smoke called carrageenanide, and that compound in smoke is actually very important for the Australian ecosystem because it helps to germinate new plants and create new seedlings and to rejuvenate the bush essentially like this after a fire. You can hear all the birds, you can hear the frogs, the ecosystem has bounced back. It truly is impressive. I have just finished the Wetland Trail, and I can say that if you're looking for a fun day activity to do pretty close to the Perth CBD, then you should definitely come and check out Yanchep National Park. The Wetland Trail is actually going to be a perfect hike for those of you that have a young family with young kids that are just getting into hiking. It's a relatively flat hiking trail and it's really well marked. Also, while they're down here, there's a good chance that they can check out some kangaroos and even the koalas in the exhibit that they have here, and also to see the stunning bird life that I showcased in this video today that live in this wetland behind me. Now, if you're looking for something a little bit more adventurous, a little bit more challenging, then in my next video I'm going to be showcasing the Ghost House Trail, which is also here at Yanchep National Park. So stick around, please like and subscribe and join me for that one. And until then, enjoy life, have a great time, go have an adventure. See ya.